friends, welcome back. All right, I am going to do a fall leaf mani today. Hopefully you can see that. And so we're gonna see how it goes. Those were my test subjects. So we're gonna start with the Model 1's 408. I'm gonna do this on the thumb because it's a very dark evergreen. So I'm just gonna do this one, I think, on the thumb. And I've got my Azure 2-in-1 top and base coat that I like to use. So that's what I'm gonna use for, for my dips today. There we go. So just gonna carefully put it in here, round it over, pull it back out. There. Okay. Now for my next two, I am going to use Azure Dip number 161. And I'm going to use this on the first finger and the ring finger. I think I've got a piece of my hair or something caught in there. What happens? Or it could be the dog hair. I don't know. There we go. Let's get that out of there so that we can go back and do these two. All right, so we're going to do these two next. All right, so here we go. Put that down. I'm going to do the pinky then. Oh, no, I'm not doing the pinky. That's right. I'm doing the ring finger. Woo. It would have been all right. It just would have been different than what I had envisioned, but it's all good. All right, now we're going to do the ring finger. And now we're going to come back and do the middle finger and the pinky in Azure Dip number 34, which is a little bit darker green, but it's not as dark as the thumb. So, there we go. I had thought originally about doing these as ombre and then decided that that would be a little too much. So, with what I plan on doing for the stamping. There we go. So I'm going to walk you through this, and then see how I've done that, and then I am going to go ahead and do the rest of it, and then we'll come back when we get ready for the hardener, for the activator. All right, now as you can see, we are just about ready to start the activator process here. So I've got both sets of manis done. I've got 3 coats of dip on all of them. So what we'll do is, this is the first set I did, this is the second set, and I'll go through the activator, on all of them, and do 2 coats of activator. Do very quickly, just go through and dust off all of them to make sure there's nothing else on there. And I'll probably speed through that for you, but you can see it's just pretty easy to do right there. It's just knocking off any extra dust. Nothing spectacular, and I'll do the other hand when I get to it. So let's go ahead and do the activator on this one. Again, I'm using my Azure 2-in-1 base top coat and the activator. I apply my activator very liberally because I want to make sure I get really good coverage with this. So there we go. Get this one done. Go. Now this manicure would be very cute just on its own. You wouldn't have to do anything else to it if you wanted to, but I've got a really cute idea for fall leaves that I'm going to do with some Maniology stamps and polishes here in a minute. So first we're going to get this all taken care of and all brushed off here. And for those of you who just want to see what I'm going to stamp, I will try and put the timestamp down below so that you can see that. And I'll also link all of these colors if I'm able to find the Azure ones. The model ones, I know which package those came in, but I'll try and link everything that I'm using here today down below so that you can find that if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, there we go. Now that's all done with the activator. I'm going to close that up tight and I'm going to put it over to the side because I won't need that anymore. So we're going to let these dry just for a few seconds. In the meantime, I'm going to get out a couple of the things that we're going to use so you can see them. Now I'll get my Maniology plate out here, my monocle stamper and scraper, of course. So we'll get those out here. So what I'm going to do today is a fall theme. And I'm going to use this right here as my main. And then I'm going to use one of these animals, I don't know which one yet, as on my accent hand. So, or I might use Hello Autumn or I Love Autumn. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Or I might just go with the pumpkin. Maybe I'll do that. It's all kind of up in the air on what I'm going to do on that one at this point. So once these are all dry, then I like to use my thingy because if it sticks or it doesn't sound hollow, then it's still wet. So these are all dry right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my base and top coat, and they'll get 2 coats of top coat before we do anything further. Okay. So after these dry, we'll get started with the stamping, but I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to use are all from Maniology. The first one is B438 Mangrove. The second one is B439 Toko Toucan. And the last one is B427 Cloudburst. So these are the 3 colors that I'm going to use to make my fall mani. And plate number M022 from Maniology. So I'm going to clean this off a little bit so it looks a little better for y'all. And then we'll let the nails here dry a little bit longer and we'll get started. So I'm just using a little bit of acetone here. For the most part, that's all you had to do is wipe it off, a little acetone. Occasionally I end up with stuff on the back, so I wipe that off too. And you can pick up a bottle of acetone in a push bottle at like the dollar store for $1.25 now. So that's what I use. So, okay. Get the monocle stamper. I don't want the bottom in, so I'm going to push that out. Make sure it's all up where it needs to be. So, all right, there we go. I'm going to take a little bit of tape and clean off my stamper just so that I know it's good and ready to go now that I've touched it with all my oils on my fingers and everything else. That way it's good and clean. Get all the little lint dust and everything off of it. So there we go. All right. So let's see. Are any of these dry yet? Dry and shiny. Okay. So we are going to get ready and we're going to do this right here. So what I'm going to do first, yes, I am going to take a little bit of the Mangrove and the Toucan, and I'm going to do my thumbs first. I tried it earlier and the Cloudburst really didn't show up on that dark green, so I'm just going to skip that at this point. I'm just going to do these 2 colors, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of just plop down stuff everywhere, see what happens. There's no rhyme or reason to this as far as this part goes. Just just going to plop it down and get a good, hopefully, a good swatch on that. So there we go. Turn this upside down, grab my scraper card, and I'm just gonna scrape, and then take this. I'm in love with this Manacle stamper. It's the first one I've had, and I really like it. I don't know if I'll ever go back to the Ice Cube stampers or not. I'm really liking this. So there we go. A nice, pretty stamp. And what we're going to do is take our first one. Careful I don't drop that over all everything. That would be bad. And just apply. Because this paint is still pretty wet here, I don't need to use the sticky base coat. And because the nails that I need here are so wide, I use a little bit of extra on the side there. That's done. I will go ahead and seal that with the no smudge top coat. That way it's good and done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. There we go. Perfect. There. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to do the other thumb. And I'll just kind of do it basically the same. Mix the colors up maybe a little different. So we're going to use the same two colors. Make sure I cleaned off my Manacle stamper. Or monocle. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Manacle. Sorry for all those of you out there who are going, oh my God. I'm sorry, I apologize. I do not know what I was thinking. Monocle. There we go. Then I'm going to go with the toucan. Just like I said, mix it up a bit so we get a little bit different. Go. And I'm going to pull it this way. Not that I think it made a whole lot of difference, but look at that. How pretty that came off. Get some of the extras off of here that we don't need necessarily. All right. Take our other thumbnail. There we go. And then if there's any space left over that needs a little bit of whatever, I'm going to come back with just what's on my stamper. It's not there. And top that off with our no smudge top coat. There. Now you can kind of compare those. Clean our plate off again. All right. Now we're going back in on the same one here. Only this time we're going to add in the purple. I am a huge purple fan. I'm going to go with the purple and the toucan this time. And see what we get. Just throw some dots in there. I didn't get a very good coverage because I missed some places there. So we're going to do that again. It happens. All right, there we go. clean off my scraper card. There. All right. Try this again. Looks better. There we go. Let's see how this looks on there. Pretty excited to find out. Okay, so we're going to take this one right here. You can move these however you like. There we go. Smooth that down and top coat it. Perfect. All right. Now, clean this off again to get another cotton swab here. There we go. Take this one. All right, there we go. Okay, definitely clean off my stamper, get another paper towel, because it's so much easier just to throw a paper towel away that gets a lot of polish on it than it is to clean up my mat during my nail time. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to do this one here in the middle. And we're probably not going to use any purple. We're probably just going to go back to the green and the, the bronzy color, because the purple didn't show up as well on that darker color, and that's normal. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to do it this way this time. I'm just going to do it a little bit different. That's the fun. You can do it however you want. But this is the way I'm going to do it this time. Don't need that getting in the way. That's the second time I've done that, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Okay, so I'm going to go with the green back towards the nail bed. There we go. There. And voila. Try to clean those real good. I'll do that again. There we go. Turn it around the other way this time. And see how we like that. There we go. Okay. Make sure we get that good and clean. There we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and do the pinkies, and then I'm going to come back to the others. So I'm going to do the pinky with the same colors, but again, I'm going to mix them up a little bit more. Because again, like I said, the pinky color doesn't necessarily take the purple as well. So mix these up a little bit more. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of reverse stamping on the ring fingers. So that'll be interesting because I'm not a really good, I don't think I've ever really done any reverse stamping. I mean, I've done a little, but not a lot. So, okay. So we'll finish this last pinky up. And then figure out what we're going to do. All right, so now I got to make my final decisions on what I'm going to do with my others. And some smudge-free top coat on that. Look at that, salvaged it. It's kind of cute. All right, I am going to do a pumpkin on this other one. I'm going to go ahead and put my sticky base coat on now so we can start to dry. And then, as you can see, I am a big mess when I do this, but I'm not a professional. I am just like you, just trying to figure this all out. Okay, but I'm going to do the pumpkin instead of with the black. I'm going to go ahead and do it with the orange as I did before and paint in the purple where I want it. Because I love purple. Alright, so I'll get a good pickup on the leaves and they'll all be orange, and then I'm going to go in and do a purple pumpkin. And I've also found that I do much better with the pointy ends of my... So we're going to take this and we're going to take our little thing here that's helpful. I'm just going to put another dollop of purple in here. And I'm going to use my dotty end because that works better for me. That one's pretty big. That one's pretty small. Let's see if I can find a medium-sized dotty end. Let's try this one here. All right. Because this works better for me than trying to paint. Because what happens when I paint is instead of just putting it on there, I kind of just get it everywhere. Let's see how that looks. That looks better. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll go with that. We'll let that dry a little bit. Wipe that off. Wipe that off a bit. To clean these later, but some of it off now. If you let it dry long enough, then it's fine. And then just take alcohol or something to it to, help lint and everything off. So, all right. Let's make sure everything's tightened before I put it back in my little container over here, except for the smudge-free top coat, which I'm going to need. Get this over here out of the way. Like I said, I am not the most organized person when it comes to doing this. But hey, all's well that ends well, right? Okay, that one's got a thing on it. That one's got a thing on it. This one it came off of. So... came off too. I'm a mess, in case you didn't know. There. All right, those are all protected again. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Except I like purple. Smudge free it. Voila. All right, there we go. Not exactly what I envisioned when I started, but I like it. So that will be this week's manicure. Or probably by the time you're watching this, last week's manicure. Because it'll probably take me a couple days to get this up. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I make a mess. And so you know what? If you do too, then don't worry about it. It's all good. I will link everything down below. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this, learned something. Learn from my mistakes. That's There you go. So let's see if we can get these all kind of straightened up here. That makes a nice, pretty fall mani. A little bit different. Not like everybody else is going to be wearing. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Everybody stay safe out there. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.